Hi, I'm Deacon Virgil the Doubtful, DVD, and this is the Book of Mormon, the Hey, Guess What We Forgot book. Previously, they forgot all the women, so they went back and got them. Conveniently, old Ishmael has 5 daughters, and a couple of nameless sons. And now, Chapter 8 of 1 Nephi. And it came to pass, as it often does, that we had gathered together all manner of seeds of every kind, both of grain of every kind, and also the seeds of fruit of every kind. Wow, worldwide. Where did you gather them from? Nobody knows. And it came to pass that while my father tarried in the wilderness, he spake unto us, saying, Behold, I have dreamed a dream. I dream of days gone by. In other words, I have seen a vision, which is the same thing. And behold, because of the thing which I have seen, I have reason to rejoice in the Lord, because of Nephi and also of Sam. For I have reason to suppose that they, and also many of their seed, will be saved. Great. But behold, Laman and Lemuel, I fear exceedingly because of you. For behold, methought I saw in my dream a dark and dreary wilderness. Wow, Dad. And it came to pass that I saw a man, and he was dressed in a white robe, and he came and stood before me. And it came to pass that he spake unto me, and bade me to follow him. And it came to pass that as I followed him, I beheld myself that I was in a dark and dreary waste. And after I had travelled for the space of many hours in the darkness, I began to pray unto the Lord, that he would have mercy on me, according to the multitude of his tender mercies. Tender Mercies would be a good band name. And it came to pass, after I had prayed unto the Lord, I beheld a large and spacious field. And it came to pass that I beheld a tree, whose fruit was desirable to make one happy. And it came to pass that I did go forth and partake of the fruit thereof, and I beheld that it was most sweet, above all that I had ever before tasted. Well, but do you have a seed from it in your pile of magic seeds? Yea, and I beheld that the fruit thereof was white, to exceed all the whiteness that I had ever seen. And as I partook of the fruit thereof, it filled my soul with exceedingly great joy. Wherefore I began to be desirous that my family should partake of it also, for I knew that it was desirable above all other fruit. And as I cast my eyes round about, that perhaps I might discover my family also, I beheld a river of water, and it ran along, and it was near the tree of which I was partaking the fruit. And I looked to behold from whence it came, and I saw the head thereof a little way off. And at the head thereof I beheld your mother Sariah, and Sam, and Nephi, and they stood as if they knew not whither they should go. And it came to pass that I beckoned unto them. And I also did say unto them with a loud voice that they should come unto me, and partake of the fruit, which was desirable above all other fruit. And it came to pass that they did come unto me and partake of the fruit also. And it came to pass that I was desirous that Laman and Lemuel should come and partake of the fruit also. Wherefore I cast mine eyes towards the head of the river, that perhaps I might see them. And it came to pass that I saw them, but they would not come to me and partake of the fruit. And I beheld a rod of iron, and it extended along the bank of the river, and led to the tree by which I stood. And I also beheld a straight and narrow path, which came along by the rod of iron, even to the tree by which I stood. It was like a handrail? And it also led by the head of the fountain unto a large and spacious field, as if it had been a world. And I saw numerous concourses of people, many of whom were pressing forward, that they might obtain the path which led unto the tree by which I stood. And it came to pass that they did come forth, and commence in the path which led to the tree. And it came to pass that there arose a mist of darkness, yea, even an exceedingly great mist of darkness, insomuch that they who had commenced in the path did lose their way, and they wandered off and were lost. And it came to pass that I beheld others pressing forward, and they came forth and caught hold of the end of the rod of iron, and they did press forward through the mist of darkness, clinging to the rod of iron, even until they did come forth and partake of the fruit of the tree. Okay, so path to the tree has a rod of iron through the darkness, and somewhere there's a river and a fountainhead. Got it. And after they had partaken of the fruit of the tree, they did cast their eyes about as if they were ashamed. Why? Your weird vision isn't making sense anymore. And I also cast my eyes round about, and beheld on the other side of the river of water a great and spacious building, and it stood as if it were in the air, thought there was a field over there, high above the earth, and it was filled with people, both old and young, both male and female, and their manner of dress was exceedingly fine, rich people, and they were in the attitude of mocking and pointing their fingers toward those who had come at and were taking of the fruit. This means something, I guess. And after they had tasted the fruit, they were ashamed. You already said that, didn't you? I don't know if he's repeating himself or I'm lost in the text here. So, hang on. They were of the attitude of mocking and pointing, and after they tasted the fruit, they were ashamed because of those that were scoffing at them. Okay, and they fell away into forbidden paths and were lost. So the people eating the fruit are getting mocked by the people in the house. And now I, Nephi, do not speak all the words of my father. Why did you stop? You're telling an allegory or something, and you can't stop in the middle of it. But to be short in writing, behold, he saw other multitudes pressing forward, and they came and caught hold of the end of the rod of iron. Yes, that's the path to the tree. And they did press their way forward, continually holding fast the rod of iron, which is probably like the Bible or God's word or something, until they came forth and fell down and partook of the fruit, which I don't know what the fruit represents. And he also saw other multitudes feeling their way towards that great and spacious building. So some people are going to that, which I guess is the bad place. And it came to pass that many were drowned in the depths of the fountains, and many were lost from his view, his being Lehi, I guess, wandering in strange roads. And great was the multitude that entered into the strange building, and after they did enter into that building, they did point the finger of scorn at me and those that were partaking of the fruit, but we heeded them not. You did heed them. You felt ashamed. You just said that. These are the words of my father, for as many as heeded them had fallen away. And Laman and Lemuel partook not of the fruit, said my father. So this is some reward or goodness of God or something. And it came to pass, after my father had spoken all the words of his dream or vision, which were many, no kidding, he said unto us, because of the things he saw in a vision, he exceedingly feared for Laman and Lemuel. Now you're fearing for them? They've been blocking you this whole time. Yea, he feared lest they should be cast off from the presence of the Lord, and he did exhort with them with all the feeling of a tender parent, that they would hearken to his words, that perhaps the Lord would be merciful to them and not cast them off. Yea, my father did preach unto them, and after he had preached unto them, also he prophesied unto them many things. He bade them to keep the commandments of the Lord, and he did cease speaking finally unto them. I get this is some extended allegory for whatever is going on here, but it's really tedious and it really does not add anything, and I am very glad it's over. And that, dear readers, dear listeners, was the 8th chapter of the first book of Nephi. I have nothing more to say about that.